all Empathic Sensitive Souls. Happy Monday to everyone. How was your weekend? Mine was, I don't really remember. It was one of those where I inhabited my house all weekend. I went out for a Friday night fish fry, Friday night, and then I just didn't leave the house after I got back home. I spent time talking on the phone. I was finding outfits to wear. I'm going on vacation, so I was on the phone with my friends that I'm going with, and we're discussing everything. And I was on the phone for hours discussing life. Did I come to any revelations or, you know, I think we are all learning and growing and trying to become a better version of ourselves. And it's every single day. And there's days where I slip back into the old ego and I slip back into the old way of thinking, and but I've noticed that I don't stay there as long. I may be upset with how a coworker talked or what was said, and things activate or trigger me, right? Because it's how we used to respond and react. And I've noticed that making changes, and changes are never easy, changes are always hard, and we try our darndest to not stay in the old way of thinking. When you start to heal yourself and feel better and think a new way about yourself, it bleeds through and carries through to every aspect of your life. And then you catch yourself going down the old pathway, and oh no, not today, we're going to change that. And sometimes it's just a struggle, and that's okay, because we know we're learning and we're growing. Now, last week we pulled the bone collector card, and that was you have everything you need within you. You are whole and amazing just as you are. You don't need to get validation for how amazing you are from outside people. And I was very guilty of that in my workplace, where I would do everything for everybody and bend over backwards. I kept taking more things on and more things on and more things on because it made me valuable, instead of realizing that I need to find my own self-worth and not work myself to an early grave because I was a people pleaser trying to validate my own existence, if that makes sense. So it's taken me a lot of years of doing the deep dive in my emotions and how I act and react in situations. And again, your nervous system is there to keep you safe. And in keeping you safe, you always act and respond the way it was taught, because that's the way it is. Today what do we get? The one ring circus. That is so funny. I hope that this week is not going to be a one ring circus. My coworker is gone. She's on vacation this week, so it should be a very quiet, peaceful week. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be hoopla hitting the fan, because that happens no matter who's at work or not at work. You are capable and competent. How is that for being the leader of one ring circus? Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Well, happy Monday. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognizing that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent. You're capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. And that goes hand in hand with last week's card of you have everything you need within. You just have to trust and believe in yourself. Another aspect is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. And that's something I struggle with. And I have an older sister, and her response is, well, that's not the way I was raised. That's not the way you were raised. That's not the way we were raised. But why should I continue to act in a way that makes my life a deficit to myself? I can't keep giving when nobody ever gives back to me in return. So I have to set up boundaries and say no. And she has a very hard time understanding that. And then she starts to feel guilty because she doesn't set boundaries. And then she gets mad, and she gets really mad at me because I set boundaries, and how dare she not set boundaries. I know, it's crazy. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationship. You attract people who mirror who you are back to you. Wholeness. Wholeness, right? Relationships should be mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. And a lot of people have a hard time understand why I pull back and I withdraw. And then they get mad at me because I don't allow them access anymore. Because I finally found myself. I found my own self-worth. And I'm just way too expensive for those people. They can't afford me. They do not have the all-day access pass to who I am. Now, if somebody calls me and asks me for help, as in family members, like, oh my gosh, Denise, this, that, and the other, can you help me? Most generally, I help because I understand the struggle and the trauma and the drama, and I know they need help. But I don't give them an all-day access pass to live in my brain. Now, on occasion, they do, because sometimes they go down that slippery slope, that path of remembering, and it's a struggle. It's a struggle to pull myself back out. But and thank goodness for my own support team, my girlfriends, my friends at work, that, hey, don't no, you're worth more than that. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them push you around. And then it's my choice whether I allow continued behavior or I put a stop to it. And it makes people feel off when you've changed. And that's okay, because now it's their turn to learn and grow. So if you want to do that inner healing, if you want to get to this place of, it's a one ring circus, I have everything I need within me, and I control my destiny. Yes, there's things that happen. The computer system crashes at work. You have to work late. You miss an appointment. Somebody needs your help. Usually in my family, it's, you swear to God, there's somebody who is close to not being here anymore, and you have to go save them. And it's like, really? Is it really that bad? And no, it never is. It's just the emotions are so caught up in that continual spiral that they've been in for the majority of their life that they need someone. And they used to call me all the time. In fact, I had my sister-in-law. I was at working one day. She called me in the middle of a meeting. She kept calling me. Finally, I got done with the meeting, and I called her back. I'm like, what's going on? We need help. We're stranded. You got to come pick us up. I said, well, I'm still at work. Well, you got to pick us up now. The tow truck is coming, and the vehicle died, and on and on and on. I'm like, well, let me call my boss and see if I can actually get out of work. So I talked to my boss, and, hey, they're having problems. I got to go pick them up. So I don't think I'm going to come back, because by the time I get them home and turn around and come back, it's going to be way late. So I was allowed to leave early, which meant I lose time at work. And I had to clean my desk up, and then I have to drive through town, and the speed limit's only 25. I got to walk through the parking lot, right? So she calls me, and I'm halfway there. Well, where are you? I'm on my way. I'm halfway there. Well, hurry up. It's taking so long. I had to punch out of work. I had to clean up my desk. I had to shut everything down. I had to walk across a parking lot and drive through a very slow speed limit town. Oh, yeah, I forgot. So I get there, pick him up, and we're heading home. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for picking us up, which, made me feel great. It puffed me up, like, oh, yeah, I'm the savior. I'm saving people. If you ever need help, just give us a call. Oh, wait, we can't help you. I work, and I can't leave work like that. What? I was expected to leave work and drop everything to save you, and if I need help, you can't reciprocate? I knew where my place was in her hierarchy in her life, and I had to stop that. And did I lose her friendship? Did I lose her calling me all the time? Did I lose her needing me? Yes, I did. But now when we connect, it's a couple times a year, and we don't live that far away. And it's on my terms. It's when I decide. And I'll call and reach out to her, and she never responds. And that's okay. And that's all I'm expecting, is that they know that I think of them, and that's okay. But I had to get over the fact that I'm not important enough in their life when I need help, only when they need help. So I had to really withdraw from that situation. Was it hard? Oh, you bet your bottom dollar it was hard. And I still struggle with the loss of that one-sided friendship. But I have since replaced that one-sided friendship with friends who actually support me and lift me up and help me. And the only way I could learn all that was healing my inner self, working through the emotions and situations that brought those emotions up, and processing them and letting my nervous system go. I was okay. I was okay to release. I was okay to process. I am whole just the way I am. And if you don't like it, that's on you. And it's so hard to truly believe that statement. But we eventually get there. So if you want to work on healing yourself, if you want to work on letting go of those toxic relationships and being okay with letting them go, because it's hard not to have that familiarity. And suddenly you're thrust into a new position, a new way of thinking, and it's a struggle, and it's okay. And that's where people kind of get lost, is they think they have to feel that way because that's the way they've always felt. And it's okay to not to. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to watch TV by yourself. It's okay to go out for lunch by yourself or supper by yourself. Have a glass of wine by yourself. It is okay to be happy and content within your own body. How's that for a Monday morning rant? I hope that you all have a fantastic week. I'm going to hop back in on Wednesday, see how everyone's doing. Remember, as an intuitive emotional healer, my job is to help you process through those emotions. And if you need help, drop me a comment, send me a reply to my emails. However you need to get a hold of me, get a hold of me. I'm here to help you. Let's make this week the bestest week ever. I can't believe it's past the middle of July. Where is the summer going? Have a great one, everyone. Bye for now.